try to buy
terrible.
land and turn it into a parking spot.
Oh,
No
yeah, try to
land?
buy some land in Manhattan. Sure. Sure.
I'll just take some of Central Park. That shit's big enough.
Central Park. Sure, pulling up on Central Park. They're gonna come
Imagine.
they're gonna come with the horses to come get you, bro.
Imagine I buy like like a fraction of the Central Park and be like, this is gonna be for car parking. You know how much
Buy
money
a
that is?
A fraction of Central Park.
buy a fraction of Central Park.
What's wrong with that? Enough money, bro. You could do anything. Enough bread, you can do anything. But that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to bring up. Like, right? Gas prices. They are definitely going up, right? Gas is at an all-time high right now. What do you guys think is gonna happen? Honestly, like I drive a car. Mateo drives a whip. Dobo, you don't own a car. You got an e-bike and a regular bike and trains and shit. But I mean, me personally, I'm gonna still. I mean, I don't technically pay for gas because I got a company truck, so I'm kind of Gucci on that. But even if I had to, like, I would still go to work. Like, I need to put gas in my whip to go to work. I don't give a fuck. Like, how else am I gonna eat? You know what I mean? Like, gas, it is what it is. But
I was gonna say, Tony, you and I are a little bit lucky, right? Because you got the company car. I work from home. I go into the office once, twice a week tops. So like, I haven't filled up since gas prices have gotten super high. I just don't use that much fuel. And I do a lot of like walking. Like I'll walk if I'm going to the bar. I can walk to the local bar that I like. Like I get my groceries delivered because I like having that extra hour of my day back and not having to deal with going and shopping for groceries. It's nice to have that hour to put towards something else. So I'm living pretty lucky. But it has made me look into maybe buying a new bike, the one that I can go longer ranges in, things like that. So I can. But mine is just extra. Mine is just for fun. Like I don't have the need to do that, which is a lucky position to be in. But there's a lot of people that aren't, right?
I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning of our podcast, I gave Doe a lot of shit about the bikes. I think I might buy me a bike soon. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because I just want to ride bikes, man. I did cycle classes in the gym and that shit works. Like, I don't know what Doughboy is doing, but when I was doing the cycle classes in the gym, bro, my stamina, I was through the roof, dog. I like me and Pucho was playing basketball like nonstop and not getting tired. Biggest guys on the court, not getting tired, bro. We're just running it.
That's awesome.
Full court basketball, bro. Running it. No, no tiredness coming in any sorts of direction. So, I don't know. And plus my boy Brian B, Pucho's brother, he's got a bike. So I'll be like, yo, let's take a little quick 20-mile bike ride, Ben, or some shit.
He be tearing it up.
He's got
Brian.
a Peloton now.
Yeah, he be
Brian
tearing
got a
it
Peloton.
up.
That shit's fire.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I guarantee Pucho's gonna want the Peloton.
Nah, Pucho's like, yo, let me ride your bike. Or he's like, yo, I got a Peloton. I'm like, yeah, that shit's good. And then they were talking about it. I was like, yeah, they're both the same shit. Pucho's shit's the same, Peloton's the same. Pucho's like, nigga, you don't know nothing about nothing. I'm like, bro, it's the same shit. It's a fucking bike with a TV screen.
I'm a hype beast. I would have copped the Peloton.
Peloton's
because I'm a hype because I'm a hype beast though. That's the only reason. Because it's like the biking. But you know what else I want? I want Zwift. It's this shit that you put on. You get a bike, you connect it to this roller, and then like the front is parked, and then you ride your bike, and you have a screen in front of you, and you're riding around with your friends. You're doing.
It's like the cheap version of that shit.
A Fortnite. No, it's like a Fortnite. It's like a game of bicycle riding.
I think that might actually be the most expensive way to bike. I'm not positive, but I think that might be the most expensive way to like home cycle is those setups, because those setups are fucking cool, man. They're badass. They actually like they can they're rollers, but they can simulate like hill rides and
Yep. Exactly. It has resistance. It knows the track that you're like. The computer sends the information and it sends the computer back information. I think it's so dope.
Well, the Peloton's the same way though. They got that they got a thing where like if you and me share like accounts or information and you're riding a bike ride, we can ride it together or we can time each other and see that, oh, I can beat this man's time. Like I think that's fun, right? Like that's.
Do you get to see the ghost?
I don't know if you see the ghost, but you'll see its time. Like I don't own a Peloton, but I only know from what people tell me. But yeah, I would prefer to buy a Peloton. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that shit, I saw my buddy have it. That shit was fire. I should have bought it from them.
Think
But
about it. When you get, especially for you, what I would tell you to get is a cargo bike or a bike where you could take Luca with you, basically with a seat or some sort of baby seat that you could take your
damn, but
your
I'm trying to
child
go
on.
fast.
They go pretty fast, but you could take, you know what I mean? It makes it multi-purpose. So like let's say you drive to work, but you want to take your cargo bike to the supermarket and do your shopping and bring all your shopping back on the cargo bike. You could do that too. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying it makes it so that you don't need your car for things that are very close to you.
Yeah, they're
Nah,
basically like a hand cart plus a bike. They're
I
those
don't
two
want
mixed
none of
together.
that. I don't want Luca on the bike. Too many niggas don't know how to drive, and if I get hit by a car, I'd rather
It,
not have
I
him
I got
there.
some bikes for you then. You're gonna you're
it,
gonna really enjoy
I
that.
want a bike with some nice ass little beep, 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 brakes. You feel me? That little tap sensor brake shit. I don't even know what it's called, but that
All
shit
you
look
need is
fire.
two finger
Dude, are
brakes.
you gonna get the little bell, the little ching ching?
I might put it on there. Ring, ring. But no, yeah, bro. Fucking, I've been wanting to get it back a long time ago, but we'll see what's up, man. Like shit's changing, so. But
I
the gas
remember
prices though, like, what so like honestly though, like, like you don't. This doesn't affect you in any way, but the
which
trains and
Well,
the
is
subways
well,
and shit might go up in price because of the
well,
gas prices, right?
I mean, gas prices affect all of us, right? Because gas gets high, that means that all goods get an increase in
products.
price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything becomes a little bit more expensive. I think the trains run on electricity, though, right? Like,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
so, like, I don't think the fare should change. I don't know how that works, though,
The
honestly.
fare's staying the same, although MTA is at the lowest ridership level that they've ever been in. Because there's so much crime on the trains. One of my friends just got attacked last week by a homeless person. Like it's just like it's getting to the point where everyone knows someone who's been attacked by a homeless person. It's just so fucking bad.
These homeless shit is getting out of control.
So their ridership is so low that they're beginning to give offers again. Like, oh, you do 10 rides, the next 2 rides are free, or the next 3 rides are free. And they haven't done that since the late 2000s, like 2007, 2008. They did away with all that.
All rides are free if you're faster than the MTA, right?
Yeah.
Nah, that's
There's a
wild.
huge boom in micro mobility in New York though. Like you got people riding scooters, but dude, not just any regular old fucking Segway scooter. Dude, they got these scooters that can go 50 miles an hour,
That's
40
nuts.
miles an hour. Like these things are fast. They have huge chunky wheels, but like if you eat any I feel like any potholes is just gonna take you out. If you hit a
Damn.
pothole by mistake, like you're donezo at that. Like it don't matter what protection, the fucking asphalt is like sandpaper. It's just gonna like whatever is there is just gonna rip off.
It's gonna
So
destroy you.
I've got a little like razor scooter, one of those like the ones you push with your foot that I ride
yeah.
around the office at work. And I've had some risky moments on that. I can't imagine going 40 miles per hour on a tiny little scooter like
This
that.
man said at work. He's going from office to bathroom instantly on this little scooter.
We have so we have the scooter bros, we have the one wheels with it's just like a unicycle. They have
Oh,
two
I seen those.
things you stand on,
Looks like you're
and
surfing.
those go really fast too. So you got a big mix. You have the actual moped people. A lot of people are using e-mopeds and mopeds with smaller motors that like just sip gas. You could just ride forever on a little bit of gas. So like that is the new form. Also, you see a lot of these smart cars in New York, which are just tiny cars, really small fucking cars.
Like that red car you rented when you came down here in Florida.
Smaller
No,
smaller than
yeah.
that.
It's those with those
Smaller than that.
Fiats or whatever the fuck they call those shits.
There's Fiats, there's smart cars, Scion, a few companies are making really, really small cars. Bro, it's the wave over here. It's the wave now because not only is parking one of the most, it's a fucking nightmare in New York. You're wasting more time sitting, waiting for a parking spot than you are doing anything else in New York.
I feel like running a parking garage in New York is a surprisingly lucrative thing to run.
Incredibly. And you're talking about even in my neighborhood, monthly, $500
per parking space.
per space for if you want to get a monthly spot there. $500. It's like a fucking house payment. That's just
I would try to buy
terrible.
land and turn it into a parking spot.
Oh yeah,
No
try to
land?
buy some land in Manhattan. Sure.
I'll just take some
Sure.
of I'll just take some of Central Park. That shit's big enough.
Central Park. Sure, pulling up on Central Park. They're gonna come.
Imagine.
They're gonna come with the horses to come get you, bro.
Imagine I buy like a fraction of the Central Park and be like, this is gonna be for car parking. You know how much
Buy
money
a
that is?
A fraction of Central Park.
Buy a fraction of Central Park.
What's wrong with that? Enough money, bro. You could do anything. Enough bread, you can do anything.
No, you have a better chance at buying a building adjacent to Central Park and turning it into fucking park. But then you have to kick all the residents out that are
Gone.
that have been there forever.
Gone. Simple.
Simple, yeah, sure.
One paintball gun with pepper spray and flashbangs. They're out of here, bro.
Tony's like, I solved the parking problem in New York. Just turn Central Park into an entire parking lot.
Dude, you'll have parking for everyone.
Yo, here's the thing. And it sounds crazy, but what you need in New York is less cars. And I know that sounds like, oh, anti-car. It's just when you have a city this size where there's 9 million people moving in and out of the boroughs and just everybody's moving around the city, cars are just not the most productive way to move around. And although there should be car lanes, a majority of the space should be for pedestrians, bicyclists, anything else other than a car because w- New York has a high rate of asthmatics, and it's not only because of the terrible buildings that we live in, but it's because of the high concentration of car smoke and stuff like that. It's just bad to breathe in. It causes a lot of issues. A lot of kids have asthma out here because of it, and we should start to clean our cities up.
Well, that's the problem, right? Like you clean the city in one spot, they'll go to another spot. Like the homeless people I'm talking about. They're almost like the same as the rats. They're everywhere.
All right, you gotta chill. But it's really bad.
It's bad. What do you mean? They're attacking people. You told me the other day one of your friends got chased down by with a bat.
Yes,
a homeless man with a bat.
It's bad. People are getting attacked. People are getting pushed into the subways, and a majority is happening getting murdered. And these are people that are advocates for homeless and health aid in the city. Lady got beat over the head with a bat going down the stairs. He tried to push her down the stairs, and a lot of these people are giving the homeless a bad rep because a lot of these people do have a good conscience about what they're doing. There are people that are out of their mind, and there are people that are abusing their situation.
Well,
So,
it's like that vocal minority thing, right? Like the like whoever is the loudest on the internet is the one that they can make you think there's a bigger problem there is. Like, and not to say that the homelessness is exactly like that, but there's a lot of bad things that happen when you're a mentally ill person that's not under any kind of care, right? Like there's a lot of bad shit that can happen.
There's a guy smeared feces on 2 people already. They let him go the first time, bro. The man smeared feces on a woman just a few weeks ago and now got into another thing. So it's like I don't know what the fuck is the answer.
Yeah, I mean, like how do you arrest someone that doesn't, in their mind, it doesn't make sense that an act like that is wrong to do? You can arrest them, and you're gonna keep arresting them, and you're gonna keep arresting them, you're gonna keep arresting them, or you can treat the fucking underlying cause.
I don't
Can
think
get that man some help.
I think for you to help out the homeless, it'll be very difficult, and they don't want to spend the time to do it. I guess. Like,
I mean that's true. No one wants to spend the time to actually try to solve homelessness. It's I don't know. It's let's arrest them. It's let's clear them out. And like you said, they just go from one area to another. It's that South Park episode where it was talking about like the homeless people coming in. It's not 100% factual, but there's something to that of like homelessness just moves around. You can shuffle it around if you make it illegal, but it's not solving the fucking issue, right?
my problem is the smell. Like I feel like that shit gets stuck onto you, bro.
It's got to be rough, man. I don't think anyone enjoys living on the streets. I think that if there is some percentage of people that enjoy it, it is so tiny that it's not worth considering. I don't think anyone really enjoys living on the streets. I fucking love taking showers. I can't imagine going like a month without showering. That sounds like the worst thing in the world. You could punish me for anything just by telling me you can't take a shower for a month, and I would never do that thing again.
I mean,
you could say you could never be in Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis's shoes.
I could not, man. I could have quit smoking if someone told me if I smoked another cigarette, I could never shower. I could not shower again for another month. I'd be like, well, fucking done with these now.
I'm done.
Yeah, that. I mean, if that's all it really takes. Hey, Doughboy, do me a favor. You know what I mean? Like, but no, man, fucking. So, though, like in your city, people are still driving cars every day, like it's nothing, right?
It's becoming an issue. You could already tell, like, there's less Ubers just because, like, a lot of the people that ride around in Escalades and like the big cars, like, they cannot waste their money just idling. The good thing is that tourism is back up in the city. What Mayor Eric Adams wanted was tourism, and that's
Mhm.
what he got. And you got a lot of people back in the city. But let's just say that night that it was raining, that I looked on my phone to see how much it would cost to take an Uber. $98
Fuck.
What was the mileage on it?
to get less than 7 miles.
Ooh,
I would have
no
walked
way.
that shit. I would have walked that shit.
Man, 7 miles in the rain though sounds
No.
rough.
No, he didn't
But
say anything about rain.
what I should have done, it was pouring rain out. It was
Oh.
pouring rain out. What I should have done is that New York has these scooters you could rent now. And it would only have costed me $14. Just I would have had to ride in the rain and just get soaked in the rain. And I might do that next time because it took me over an hour, maybe 2 hours to get home because of all the delays on the train. The rain caused so many issues. It just sucks, but I like having alternatives. Having that Revel scooter to take. You look like you're falling asleep.
My eyes are burning right now, bro.
Oh no.
Like I wiped my eyes, and as soon as I digged into my skin or into my eyeball, it's in my eyes and it hurts.
You want to go rinse out your eyes or something? I don't know what the
Yeah, I might
solution
do
is
that.
there.
No, I might. Like this eye right here is really fucking closed.
I thought you were falling asleep too. I saw you rubbing your eyes. I was like, damn, Tony's tapping out fast tonight.
My eyes fucking. Damn, you broke my. I was gonna ask you a question. Oh yeah, Doe. So, all right. So you're saying that it's changing a little bit, right? But I mean, most of the bike people, I guess, are probably gonna be happy because maybe less cars on the road and more room
Oh,
for you.
you would think that, but if you go on the NYC bike Reddit forum, oh man, those people are so pissed that everybody's using their bike lanes. Yeah, they're so inexperienced. Oh my god, the scooter bros, they're salmoning. And it's just like it's not for me the thing to be complaining about. It's like you got to be happy that there's a huge push in bike riding. I was on. I think I said it last week. I went to Central Park. There was maybe 1,000, 2,000 people doing the
That's
loop
crazy.
in Central Park. We're talking about like so many bicyclists. I could not believe I saw that many people on bicycles. Little kids just enjoying themselves, just having fun.
Till
And
they
I
get ran
was
over.
Well, this is how I don't understand the saltiness though, because this is how you get increases in
Exactly.
bike lanes and things like that is by people using it. That's why they make roads bigger, is because they're like, oh, there's fucking 5,000 people using this every hour, or whatever it is. I'm not a civil engineer. I don't know what the numbers look like. That's how you get bigger roads though. It's the same thing with bicycle lanes.
Yep.
I honestly think though, like these guys who get on their bikes and like Central Park, right? It's got the bike lanes. They're gonna get over like it's gonna get clogged, right? At some point. At what point do the bikers be like, you know what? We just need to change this shit up and get another lane for like, because they might have like a lane for like e-bikes and this, and then have another lane
Yeah.
just for.
Unfortunately, there's a big stigma on e-bikes and scooter bros and stuff like that. There's something called the Greenway, the Hudson Greenway, and it's an entire loop around Manhattan,
Uh,
and literally on major sections of it where you would think like, they want people to get to work on this greenway. It's like no e-bikes, no scooters, no mopeds, and they'll get you off of there or give you a ticket and all that shit. So it's like it's
what
weird.
what is the reasoning? I don't understand.
The people in that section of the city don't like e-bikes, and they talk to the legislator from that area to put more restrictions because it's only for that area of the
Is
city.
is it how fast the e-bikes go they don't like, or I don't.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
mean, I
they're worried
guess
that they're gonna get run into on the sidewalk or something, or
yes.
okay. I
Um
guess that kind of makes sense, but it's shitty. Like it's
like my e-bike is restricted to 28 miles. So, which is fast. If I hit somebody going 28, you are gonna feel it, and I am gonna feel it too.
yeah.
We are gonna collide. So I can
Yeah, you're
understand.
both gonna have a bad day.
So I could understand their reasoning, but it's just you're not gonna get one without the other. You're not gonna get a high level of bike ridership without a high level of microbility. You got skateboarder people with the electric skateboards that they just be zooming down. You got all sorts of different types of people, and to say only one type of person is allowed to be in this area for me just feels wrong for some reason. I'm like, "Oh, this doesn't feel right." It feels like they're discriminating against electric vehicles and stuff like that. Um, but everybody has their reason. I think a lot of it comes to a lot of these people are new, and a lot of these people don't know what they're doing, and they make a lot of mistakes, and they give people a bad rep. But I think that's just what you get when you're in this field. These mopeds, the big mopeds, the Faggio from from Vice City, um, those are you can get those without a motorcycle license. You just need a regular license, and you can get one for 6 grand.
That's crazy.
You could have a moped that takes you over 60 miles for 6 grand. Electric moped, you just have to charge it up. You get 60 miles every charge.
That's nuts.
That's pretty good, man. For Uber Eats, for those people
Oh,
that are
no, it's great for that. It's crazy to have untrained people on the road.
Actually, that'd be as an innocent bystander just walking on a sidewalk. I would love to just see people just flip over. Like that shit to me would be
no.
Man,
pretty
a
fun.
60-mile collision on a moped is going to be awful to watch. That's going to be someone sliding 100
The
feet down the road on asphalt, man.
the
Yeah, heavy
electric
helmet.
vehicles seem to only the 50 miles, 40 miles is like the cutoff. What it seems like for a majority of like the faster. But if you've ever seen a Suron, like the Suron, they're like electric dirt bikes. Bro, those are sick. Those things are fucking crazy.
Electric dirt bike. That shit sound
Yeah,
fun.
they're called Surons. Yeah, it's you're seeing a lot of different styles of people riding bike, different electric vehicles. And I think, for not only New York and, people who are worried about the gas prices, I think this is a good alternative.
I think you're right. I think we're in the beginnings of a mobility change. We're basically like like the dudes that were still like riding horses, and they were like, I don't understand these buggies over here that they're riding down these roads. Those wheels are gonna fail. My horse will never fail.
I do say this though, right? Like, I want to get an electric car. At some point, I'm gonna get a Tesla or something that's equivalent and just as good. But like, they still give out like tax breaks for that, right?
There is a tax break that got put in. Biden has the it is the sheesh. It's
Build back
losing
better.
me. Build back better bill. There you go. Thank you. So apparently, for if you make less than $75,000 a year, I think the rebate is $900, and you got to put it to, I think it's over $2,000 for pretty much any electric bike you're gonna get. If you want a decent one, 2 to 3 grand, and $900 off is an incentive to not, use gas. Or just think about it. If you have a job where you're going to Publix every day and you don't need to ride a car, and you're it's only 10 miles away, right, on this little moped, you go to, the little bicycle to work, you get a little workout. You're not putting any carbons into the, emissions, zero carbon emissions. I know that the electricity being pulled is also creating some sort of issue, but I think this is a good incentive for people to step out of their cars. One of the silver linings of COVID is that everybody started going to the parks in New York, and now the parks are jam packed. Just every day of the week, now you have a, like, people going to the parks has gone up, like, substantially. People are using the tennis courts, the handball rackets. These things that just weren't happening are happening a lot more now. So I think it's good. I think it gets you out to places. There's there are places that you cannot see being in a car in New York. You have to step out of the car and go into different directions in order to see these things. And I don't think you can appreciate the city if you're just stuck in a car the entire time.
So you're saying that the best way to enjoy the city is only on a bike.
On scooters, on rentals, any way where you could, like, because we have city bikes and there's a lot of docks. You could take a city bike, ride it wherever you want. There's a dock wherever you're going. You dock the bike, you get off, and you go to wherever you go.
I think that right now in this country, there's basically like there's walking cities. Like Vegas, if you go and visit as a tourist, is a walking city, right? The
Yeah.
city itself, if you live there, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around the way Vegas works, because I've got buddies that come from there, and they told me that the entire city just revolves around the casino. Like if you're taking a girl on a date, you're probably going to a casino, because that's probably where the movie theater is. That's probably where whatever is, right? But there's walking cities, there's bike cities, which New York is just so spread out. It's a biking city. And then there's driving cities, which is honestly most of what I experienced in Florida, just because everything is so spread out.
Florida's a driving state. I would call New York because of the city, the transportation as far as buses and trains go. I would say it's a walking and biking city.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you
like
can
this
get
hybrid.
More biking than walking.
I think it depends on what you're
a
doing, right?
lot of people. Biking is only recent. It's like a boom in biking over here, which is crazy. But a lot of people have what you call city legs because they walk a lot.
Yeah. No, that's accurate. Yeah, I think we're going to see some changes in city design going forward. I think that like any of the projects we see popping up in cities recently, as far as like highway redesigns and things like that, are all taking these micro mobility kind of things into consideration. I think it'd be foolish not to. So I hope that that's actually what's happening.
Yeah.
I've seen that in my city at least.
Well, I mean, that'd be dope. Like I said, like change is good, and I think they need to lower the prices on electric cars. To be honest, that's just my opinion.
But
It's
if
kind of expensive.
with the superconductor shortage, it's not going to get any cheaper anytime soon.
Where you spend your money and how you spend your money is a tough decision. It's important.